Kyrie, and welcome to Parsing John. Today we are in chapter 1, verse 33, and this one's going to be a pretty long verse in comparison to a lot of the ones we've done recently. Let's go ahead and take a look at our rubric. This is everything that we're looking for as we go through this passage. Well, let's get started. Kago uk eidein auton al ho pempsasme baptizein en hudati ekenos moi epen efhun an ideis to pneuma katabainon kai menon ep auton hotos esten ho baptizon in pneumati hagioi. It's a pretty long one, as I said. Looking for our first verb, we see eidein, and this is something that we've seen before. If we pull back our previous part of this paragraph, it's somewhere in here. There it is. Eidein is first person singular pluperfect active indicative. Pretty weird word from Koine. So write all that up there again. First singular pluperfect active indicative. And this is mind blanking, even though we just looked at had known. It's a good thing they had the other piece of paper with me. Had known. But more specifically, not had known. And kago. We have another instance of Crassus where kai, it's English, and not, I just can't write today. Ego. They lied together into one single word. And I had not known auton. Accusative, singular, masculine, him. Al, we've got an alpha here that elided with this omicron, but this is the more emphatic of the two. Ho psimpsas me baptizein. We have no indicative verb up until epen here, but we do have a participle and an infinitive. We've got epsilon iota nu right here, not to be confused with this pluperfect ending. So present active infinitive of a normal verb. To baptize. Pempsas, we've got pimps as our stem. This could be the future one, or it could be the aorist stem, but we don't have our augmenting vowel right there. And we don't have normal future endings here, so this tells us that this is actually the aorist participle. So this is alpha sigma with the article right there. Forgetting a lot of things today. These two together make a nominative singular masculine aorist active participle, but the no noun, so we have to insert one. Having sent a direct object. Me here is accusative, singular. Sent me to baptize. So we've got purpose going on in here between the participle and the infinitive. En hudati. En is a preposition. It takes the dative case as its object here. We've got our iota with hudati, which tells us that it is in fact dative. So singular and I believe neuter. In. We have to check ahead to make sure nothing else is part of the prepositional phrase. Ekenos has the wrong ending in omicron sigma. So that is the end of our prepositional phrase. Ekenos is nominative, singular, masculine, and demonstrative. That, you're going to have to insert the word one against if you don't have a noun. Yep, wrong type of bracket. Moi epein is going to be our verb with ekenos as our subject. Epein has epsilon nu as its ending. This comes from lego ero epon. It is third singular aorist tense because it's from the third principal part, and it is active and indicative. Syed. We've got our indirect object in moi. Omicron iota is the dative form of ego. To me. And looks like we've got a quote inside the quote here. F here is actually and just a repetition, or not a repetition, another form of, where is it? Right there. Epi, so there should be an iota here, and this phi is normally actually a p, but since we have a aspirated relative pronoun right here, the iota drops up because this omicron, and then the p has to become a phi to accommodate for the aspiration. It's kind of hard, I presume, for the Greeks to say ephon instead of just changes into ephon, so it's easier to say. So this just means on, and preposition, sorry, ends right there because on is a particle. This is clearly taking the accusative case here, and singular masculine. This is from, put it over here, hos, he. Yeah, it's just that. And I believe they all have accents. Hos, he, ho. It's a relative pronoun. We've got the masculine accusative singular ending here. If it were neuter, it would just be another omicron by itself. On whom. On we don't translate since it's a particle. Instead, we move on to our verb, which is eideis. This is going to be a slightly different form of eidein, and I believe this is, because we've got the sigma there, a second person singular pluperfect. Active. No. Yes. Active is correct. And then I think this is actually subjunctive since we've got the on right there. Ew, my light just died. And it's back. That was weird. Subjunctive. You may see. I think that's going to happen a couple more times. I'm going to switch it off permanently. You may see to pneuma. To is accusative singular neuter. Pneuma is also accusative singular neuter. Third declension. Seen this one a couple times before. Katabainon, we saw that earlier right here. So this is going to match this in case number and gender. And write that there. But this is, of course, a present active participle. And we can end the parent right there. You may see the spirit descending. Kai and Menon. Menon, we've got omicron nu here again. This is off of the present stem of meno. So it's going to be matching this one entirely. So if we just pull this over here, don't need to parse it again. And this just means remaining. Epauton. Ep is, as I said, the same thing as this one right here, except no aspiration from ow right there. So just the iota elided. There was no change in the consonant. On him, comma. We're not going to translate on. I think I already said that, but in case I didn't. It's a particle. It just introduces a type of clause. And I don't remember the type of clause this is here. Sorry. Maybe I'll put that in the notes in the video. But anyway, not going to translate this. We're done with all this. We can move on. Hutos. This is another demonstrative. This is the closer of the two demonstratives. Normally when we use ekenos, that's referring to something further away. And hutos here is referring to something closer. You can think hic, haikak is the equivalent of hutos, and ileila lud is the equivalent of kenos. So nominative, singular, masculine with omicron sigma as our ending. This one, estin, this is from Amy. This is the third person singular present, and it is active and indicative. Is ho baptizon and pneumati hagioi. Ho is nominative singular, so this is going to be what is linked here. These two words together actually make up our predicate. Nominative, singular, masculine. On here is built off of the present stem. Present, active, participle. The one, now to modify baptizing in preposition. It takes dative, as you can see in our iota right there, and the omega sub iota right here. We already know that pneuma is neuter, dative, singular, neuter. And hagioi clearly has to be modifying this, since we don't need any dative in here. We wouldn't say this one is the one baptizing in the Spirit to the Holy One. It doesn't make any sense. So hagioi has to go with pneumati. Also positioning encourages that idea. In, oh, that's right, no article. In Holy Spirit. And I think we can close off this shorter quote inside a quote. And that finishes off this sentence. Let's go ahead and look at it in its own context and then pull in our previous half of the paragraph to look at it all together. Where did it start? And I had not known him, but the one having sent me to baptize in water, that one said to me, on whom you may see the Spirit descending and remaining on him. This one is the one baptizing in Holy Spirit. There we go. From verse 29 now. On the next day, he sees the Jesus coming to him, and he says, look, or here is the Lamb of the God, the one lifting up or removing the sin of the world. This one is, for the sake of whom I said, after me comes man who before me became, because he was before or first me. And I had not known him, but in order that he may be revealed to the Israel, because of this I came, baptizing in water. And John witnessed, saying that I beheld the Spirit descending as a dove, makes better sense there, from heaven, and it remained on him. And I had not known him, but that one having sent me to baptize in water, that one said to me, on whom you may see the Spirit descending and remaining on him. This one is the one baptizing in Holy Spirit. So there's the complete context of everything that we've done so far. Now we want to check for any proper nouns, see how best we should translate them, either with a indefinite article or without a definite article. Our very first one, well, to pneuma here has an article, so we don't have to worry about that. We have other nouns, and we get pneumati, hagioi. We have no article here. However, since we have an article previous, the context would suggest that these are the two same things together. But for the sake of argument, let's try it both ways. This one is the one baptizing in a Holy Spirit, or this one is the one baptizing in Holy Spirit. If we allow for a Holy Spirit, then that gives the idea that there may be more than one of them. Admittedly, this could be true. However, context of the previous passages, to pneuma, tell us that there is one particular one that John has been talking about up to this point. So, indefinite article does not hold water when we take a look at the previous verses. Without an article, it just sounds weird in English. In Holy Spirit. Okay, doesn't sound good, but that doesn't mean it's wrong. Context tells us indefinite article, not the best choice, even if the other way just doesn't sound that great. There we have verse 33. Hope taking a look at this has been helpful for you, and thank you for joining me. Have a good day.